Welcome, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We are at a pivotal moment in astrological history. In September 2026, Saturn and Neptune are in the very last degrees of Pisces. This is what is called the anaretic degree, a point of saturation where the old world must die so that the new can be born. For you water signs, it's a final dissolution. You're not shedding your skin, you're changing your reality. But the real shock comes on September 17th with the solar eclipse in Aquarius. This eclipse casts a harsh, almost surgical light on your shadows. It prepares the ground for our major event, the 0 point on September 20th. So, what is the 0 point on September 20th? September 20th is not just a date on the calendar, it's a suspension of time. This is the moment when the energy of the eclipse meets the end of the Saturn and Neptune cycle. It's a time of fertile emptiness. For the water signs, it's the moment when the ocean becomes a perfect mirror. If you have the courage to look, you will see exactly who you are without your masks, without your fears, and without your attachments to the past. So, let's see the impact of this alignment on your three signs. This unique configuration will affect you differently, but with a shared intensity. For you, Cancer, the eclipse in Aquarius shakes up your deep roots and heritage. The 0 point of September 20th acts as an energetic divorce from the past. You are no longer the child waiting to be protected. You become the source of your own security. For you, Scorpio, you feel the pressure of Saturn and Neptune as an invitation to surrender. Your ruling planet Mars in Aquarius pushes you to your limits, forcing you to let go of control. On September 20th, your power will no longer come from your ability to hold on, but from your courage to let go of everything and keep only what is essential. And finally, for you Pisces, you are the epicenter of the earthquake. Saturn and Neptune are directly above you at the 29th degree. You are experiencing a form of absolute lucidity that can be dizzying. September 20th is your baptism of clarity. You emerge from illusion to master your own magic. You are no longer dreaming your life. You are becoming the conscious dreamer preparing to walk on new ground. Settle in, we are now going to delve into the 5 pillars of your metamorphosis. Let's get down to business. For water signs, work in September 2026 is not a question of resume or productivity, but of vibrational alignment. With Saturn and Neptune saturating the last degrees of Pisces, the universe no longer allows you to pretend. For you, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, the professional sphere is undergoing a real decompression. Under the influence of the Aquarius eclipse on September 17th, outdated structures, those jobs you've kept for security or habit, are beginning to crumble. The 0 point on September 20th marks the end of mere survival. You're shifting from a mode where you're subjected to your work environment to one where you set your own pace. The strategic advice for water signs is, don't try to apply for or force contracts before the end of September. Use the eclipse period to observe what's collapsing without trying to hold on to it. Your new life mission will emerge naturally in the stillness of the 0 point. For you, Cancer, the eclipse is shaking up your shared resources at work. This means you can no longer carry the responsibilities of others. The 0 point asks you, what value do you bring when you're not making sacrifices? You will feel an urgent need to create your own structure or radically redefine your boundaries with your superiors. Your life's mission no longer lies in caring for colleagues but in expressing your own talent. For you, Scorpio, Mars in Aquarius creates tension between your ambitions and your private life. In September, you might feel confined in your current role. On the 20th of September acts like a laser. It burns away projects that lack heart. If your current job doesn't satisfy your need for transformation, it will become unbearable. The 0 point favors bold career changes toward innovative or profound technological fields. Stop trying to lead others. Seek to lead your own destiny. And finally, for you Pisces, you're finishing a 16-year marathon. Professionally, you're at the peak of your intuition but also on the verge of exhaustion if you remain uncertain. Saturn at the 29th degree forces you to decide what was a hidden passion or an artistic dream must now become your profession. The 0 point of September 20th no longer allows you to waver. Either you fully commit to your soul's mission, or reality catches up with you. It's the ideal time to formalize a project that has been dear to your heart for a long time. For water signs, the emotional realm in September 2026 speaks not of a typical encounter but of fusion and liberation. The influence of the eclipse in Aquarius cools down overly clinging emotions, bringing you much-needed mental clarity, while the 0 point on September 20th acts as a reset for the heart. The strategic advice for September 20th is, don't seek promises or commitments. Simply observe how you feel in the other person's presence in silence. The truth of your connection lies in this stillness, not in the waves. So, for you, Cancer, the eclipse in Aquarius activates your zone of profound transformation. In love, this means you stop being your partner's or family's emotional sponge. The 0 point on September 20th offers you liberation. You learn to love from a place of wholeness. If you are in a relationship, it must evolve toward greater freedom. If you are single, you are no longer looking for a savior but an equal. Your emotional security stems from your ability to say no without guilt. For you, Scorpio, with Mars in Aquarius, the tension may be intense. You might feel the urge to test your partner's loyalty or provoke a crisis to gauge the relationship. The 0 point diffuses these potential pitfalls. It asks you to let your guard down. On September 20th, true emotional power lies in vulnerability. You realize that control is not security. By dropping the masks, you allow genuine and transparent intimacy to take root. It's a rebirth of desire, purer and less possessive. For you, Pisces, Saturn and Neptune, at the last degree of your sign, act as a filter of truth. In love, the fog lifts. You finally see the other person as they truly are, not as you had imagined or idealized them. The 0 point is a moment of absolute clarity. Either the relationship solidifies on real and sacred foundations, or it dissolves naturally because it no longer has a reason to exist in your new frequency. You no longer fear the end because you know you will never again compromise your soul. For water signs, abundance in September 2026 is no longer a matter of uncontrolled flow or fear of scarcity. With the eclipse in Aquarius and the end of the Saturn-Neptune cycle in Pisces, you are moving from emotionally managing money to intuitively mastering it. The solar eclipse on September 17th is shaking up your spending habits and income streams. For you, money has often been linked to your emotional state. We spend when we're sad, we don't count the cost when we're in love. The energy of Aquarius is cooling all of this. It demands logic and a long-term vision. The 0 point on September 20th is the moment you realize that your inner worth is the driving force behind your outer wealth. It's no longer money that gives you value, but your alignment that attracts money. The strategic advice session on September 20th. Silence your finances. Don't plan, don't calculate. Simply feel if you feel rich in who you are. It is this vibration of fullness that will unblock the channel's abundance is in store for the rest of 2026. For you, Cancer, the eclipse directly impacts your area of shared finances and inheritances. It's time to settle accounts. The 0 point of September 20th encourages you to cut ties in your financial life. You're learning to generate your own abundance without depending on an external structure or a loved one. A real estate or family project could take an unexpected turn. Don't force anything. The 0 point will sort things out for you. For you, Scorpio, with Mars in Aquarius, you might have an impulse to burn everything down and start from scratch. Beware of risky investments driven by impatience. The 0 point of September 20th asks you to look at your resources with a strategic eye. It's the ideal time to invest in what is invisible but powerful, your know-how, your trade secrets, or future technologies. Your intuition is infallible this month, provided you don't let your ego dictate your finances. For you, Pisces, you're completing a cycle where money was sometimes an abstract concept. Saturn at the 29th degree no longer tolerates imprecision. The 0 point offers you clarity. You finally see where your financial energy is going. This is the moment you decide to monetize your talent at its true value. On September 20th, a concrete opportunity could emerge from a long-held dream. You no longer ask permission to be rich. You acknowledge that your service to the world deserves just reward. For water signs, health in September 2026 is no longer a matter of symptoms but of receptiveness. With Saturn and Neptune saturating your element, your physical body becomes a direct mirror of your psyche. If you repress an emotion, your body reacts instantly. The eclipse on September 17th acts like a scanner. It brings to light the physical and emotional toxins you have accumulated. For you, energy flows through the fluids, the lymphatic system, and sleep. The 0 point of September 20th is a window of cellular regeneration. It's the moment when the noise of your nervous system stops. In this silence, your body knows exactly how to repair itself, provided you give it a complete break. The strategic advice for September 20th: don't force any physical exercise. Be still. Listen to your heartbeat and the flow of your breath. It is in this complete calm that your DNA recalibrates to the new frequencies of 2026. For you, Cancer, your body is calling for a return to basics, and the eclipse disrupts your vitality, forcing you to rest. The 0 point of September 20th touches on your need for protection. You realize that your fatigue often stems from the emotions of others that you carry within you. The solution is water. Hydration, a salt bath, or simply silence. On September 20th, give yourself a day off. This is when your batteries will recharge for the next 6 months. For you, Scorpio, Mars in Aquarius creates a nervous breakdown. You might feel tense, with difficulty sleeping or muscle tension. The 0 point is your safety valve. On September 20th, the universe asks you to let your guard down. You won't heal by fighting, but by accepting to do nothing. A digital or dietary detox practice around this date will have amplified effects on your vitality. For you, Pisces, you are reaching the end of the pressure exerted by Saturn. Your body may have felt heavy and weighed down lately. The 0 point of September 20th marks the end of this heaviness. It's a moment of physical clarity. You finally understand the message behind a recurring pain. By releasing the fear linked to Saturn, your energy skyrockets. Leave behind the victim mentality of your sensitivity and become the master of your well-being. For water signs, social life in September 2026 is the area where this distillation is most visible. With the eclipse in Aquarius, the air finally circulates in your circles, dispelling unspoken words and guilt-based attachments. Your social environment is experiencing a real upheaval. The eclipse of September 17th will test the strength of your friendships and networks. For you Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, loyalty is sacred, but it has sometimes become a burden. The 0 point of September 20th is the moment when silence settles in your phone and your social life. It's not isolation, it's a purging. You realize that you can no longer be around people who don't resonate with your new frequency without feeling instantly drained. The strategic advice for September 20th: don't provoke any arguments. Don't try to explain yourself. Simply observe who naturally remains in your mind and who fades away. Life is sorting things out for you. Trust it. For you Cancer, the eclipse shakes up your memberships in long-standing groups or circles of friends. You might realize that you no longer have anything in common with certain people. The 0 point of September 20th asks you to stop being the friend everyone always relies on, even at your own expense. You will only keep those around you who respect your need for privacy and who nourish you as much as you nourish them. For you, Scorpio, Mars in Aquarius makes you less tolerant of social hypocrisy. In September, you no longer want to play the game of appearances. The 0 point of September 20th acts as a revealer. You will see at a glance who is sincere and who is not. You prefer solitude to superficial company. It's a time of radical but healthy sorting that makes room for much more intellectually stimulating encounters. For you, Pisces, Saturn and Neptune on your Sun or Ascendant have made you very selective. In September, the eclipse severs the last ties with draining relationships. The 0 point of September 20th is a moment of peace. You are no longer trying to save everyone, nor to be understood by everyone. You accept that your path is unique. Paradoxically, it is by affirming your truth that you will attract a new, much more aligned soul family by the end of the month. Before moving on to the mantra, I wanted to sincerely thank you for the explosion in subscriber numbers lately. And if you wish to support my work and allow these guidance sessions to continue, you can buy me a coffee using the Super Suzo button. Every gesture counts, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And now, here are the power mantras to close the water group sequence. These phrases are designed to be short, impactful, and easy to memorize or write down. To anchor this transition on September 20th, 2026, I invite you to breathe deeply and let these words resonate within you. Here is your power phrase for this new cycle. For you, Cancer, your mantra is, I cease to be the anchor of the past to become the ocean of my own future. My security comes from my alignment, not my attachments. The intention is to free myself from nostalgia and dependence to fully inhabit my own power. For you, Scorpio, your mantra is, I release control to make room for my true power. In the void of point Z0, I transmute my shadows into a light that nothing can extinguish. The intention is to move from survival, control, and fear to mastery, confidence, and alchemy. For you, Pisces, your mantra is, I emerge from the dream to embody the truth. My sensitivity is no longer a burden, but the sacred compass that guides my steps on solid ground. The intention is to integrate the end of the Saturn-Neptune cycle by transforming vague intuition into concrete action. Dear water sign, as you've understood, September 2026 is your baptism of lucidity. Don't fear the silence of the 0 point. It's there that your new roots draw their strength. And if this guidance resonated with you, don't forget to like the video and tell me in the comments, I choose clarity. It's a powerful way to enact your intention in the material world. We'll meet again very soon for the continuation of our celestial explorations. Now, take care of your temple and let the water of your soul become crystalline once more.